Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of two videos we got for you today.
But first, a brand new word from our sponsor.
Exter, we got these new tracker cards. I've been using the tracker card for years now. Never lost my wallet. I do misplace it, but I find it instantly. But they got these new tracker cards, very cool design and a lot sleeker and minier. I like these.
It's super thin. It fits right in there. It's credit card size. This thing you can track from 300 feet away. It uses Apple's Find My app. And it's great. And one charge lasts 6 months. So it's got its own little charging cables. But, I mean, this thing's pretty incredible.
Yep, I just upgraded. Yeah. Taking that.
Yeah, Joe's the one taking it last time because I was like, nah, I don't need a tracker card. I don't lose my wallet. And then you remember that time I lost my wallet in the parking lot of the furniture store. Yeah. And I was like, God damn it, why didn't I use the tracker card? Now that it's even more thin, there's no excuse. You get the tracker card, you'll get the upgraded, sleek, better version, guys.
And Father's Day is coming up. If you've got someone in your life that you would like to buy gadgets for, this is a really, really cool one. So check out Exter.
Check the links down below, and let's go to the news. Alex, what the heck has been going on in gaming news?
Well, a gaming company called MobaPad has been working with Nintendo, and I imagine up until today, because they're leaking all sorts of information about the Switch 2. They have said that the Switch 2, this is what they've said, is a conservative evolution of the original console and can be received as a refined Pro version of the Switch, which has me a little worried because I was looking for something not a Pro version, but significantly more powerful.
Yeah.
The good news is we'll get 1080p resolution. Your existing Joy-Cons and peripherals will work with it. They won't slide in perfectly in there because they're upgraded. Will it still
drift?
I imagine so, because like all of the old ones are drifting. But the new ones will have magnets to connect their Joy-Cons.
It's drift, bro.
It's going to be backwards compatible, which is great with all the physical ones. That's something that I always appreciate, being able to slide the things in. But it will be a new cartridge because they don't want you playing new games on the old thing, even though it sounds like the old one will be powerful enough to run the new games, which kind of sucks.
Well, they don't like to do price drops or anything like that, so they want to make sure they get your money.
Yeah, full price for absolutely everything.
Not excited.
No.
Not excited about Nintendo consoles, and I don't care if it gets me downvoted. They don't, especially this one, which it seems like every time Nintendo comes out with a console, there's at least some kind of innovation. There's at least some kind of different thing. This is like
the Pro style.
They don't march to the, sound of everybody else. Well, they call it, is it a Pro? Okay, yeah, I can see that, where instead of Nintendo 2 or the, Switch 2, this is more Switch Pro. Is that the case?
No, it's going to be called something different. But the manufacturer said that it's more like a Switch Pro than something new. So
now, I guess it's not the entire story, right? Because we don't know if there might still be, but, from how it's sounding, it does sound like a slight upgrade. But that's both good and bad. The good part is that, backwards compatibility. Like, I love backwards compatibility. Yes. That needs to happen more often, and I hate it when that's not a thing. Yeah. But
remember we'll see.
Too early. Yeah.
We were playing Mortal Kombat on his Switch, and man, the frame fest we got was so good. And,
it was great.
Yeah, it's just not my console, not where all the exciting games that I play go. There are the Nintendo first-party exclusives, which are always strong, and that's
especially when you have like badass products like the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Both are very good. Garry's mod is going to have to remove all Nintendo content after a takedown notice. People are wondering why they're doing this. Apparently, Nintendo has figured out that within Garry's mod, which is, are you guys familiar? It's like a physics fit sandbox that you can program and import stuff in. People have been throwing Nintendo stuff in there for a long time because it's like their own things. Nintendo's mad about it, and so
shocker.
Yeah. So
Garry's mod is a tradition.
Yes.
Okay, it is old school. It is nostalgic. Nintendo, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. How long has it been? Like, these people just don't understand.
You'd be more relaxed, but they're not.
Yeah, the original reporting where they're like, hey, we don't know if this is actually like a troll or if this is Nintendo proper, and it's looking like it actually is Nintendo proper, and they're like, well, are they doing it to show that they've got a history of protecting their IPs? It's like, this is just...
Yeah, lawyer stuff where
Right.
you have to attack to show a pattern of protecting your IP, so to make your case stronger when an actual one comes by.
Yeah, and so they're attacking the mega Nintendo stealing giant that is Garry's mod from 2006.
So what did they use that pissed off Nintendo?
Well, users were importing the users were doing stuff. They're like, hey, I'm going to put a Mario in there. I'm going to make a Mario so that something falls on him or he can jump on a Goomba. And then Nintendo doesn't it's like, oh.
Stop making user-created content,
Yeah.
you stupid fucking pay pigs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pay us.
Give me $60 for a game that came out 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Because
This is why I don't really like Nintendo much.
they also, if you're not
They're
familiar
super strict.
with the lore of Angry Joe Show, you make videos on Nintendo products and then they're like, hey, give me all the money for your video because you're not allowed to talk about my products.
Well, yeah.
Regardless if we were praising it and being like,
Yeah.
hey, everyone go see or go check out this game, they'd be like, no,
No.
Yeah.
copyright.
I mean, but over time, we were able to establish connection with Nintendo America and realize that those people were cool.
Those people are cool.
And it's just Nintendo Japan orders come down and they're like, well, we advise this, and they're like, we don't care, shut up. We're Nintendo Japan. This is what we're doing.
No one gets to do reviews on our things. Yeah. They even
They eventually removed the copyright, strike on the Zelda, but I was like, oh man, this is a headache, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They
Anyways, I like Nintendo. It's just I hate the company is what I'm trying to say. The games are great. The company in Japan can make some old ass backward thinking decisions, holding on to that old guard stuff.
Yeah.
Apple has made some really good decisions lately. They put out a $3,500 thing that you put on your face.
Right.
And you
When
ask,
I went to a plane, I saw, in the first class as I was walking by to my coach seat,
Where the
because I'm a
poors sit.
fucking peon. The motherfucker in the first class, there's a guy with one of the Apple Pro, and he's doing this. I was like, yeah, and the eyes looked so weird. It was like a different thing. I thought it was supposed to be like you could see his eyes, but it was different. I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
Maybe there's different things that you can choose to.
Put like
that
this sweet
shows.
filter or something with some cool eyes.
Yeah,
Demon
like
eyes.
Demon eyes, just to get someone not to look at you.
Googly eyes.
Googly eyes would be
That'd be
even
better.
better.
Eyes for you, yeah.
Well, that guy spent at least $3,500, and that's before extras. Most people buy much upgraded things. And the problem is it didn't release with a killer app. Even the Apple crazy people were like, hey, you released this thing, I want to support it, but you didn't give me anything to do on the damn thing. And so Apple is slashing production. They were originally going to make 800,000 units. It's being cut to about 400,000 units, if not going to be lower.
Oh.
So they're not selling particularly well.
Yeah.
I would say, let's dial that back big time. If that price point, if you're gonna make too many of those, it's gonna price drop big time.
Yeah, it's just
I'll wait for that. Well, I don't even want an Apple thing.
No, I don't want to wear something.
You don't
on
want
my
an
face.
Apple thing?
No.
Wear something on my face in an airplane and get all no.
I kind of want to try it, if
$4,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I'm
wait
not doing
for
it for
price
that. If
drop,
they
I'll
send it
try
to
it.
us, then we'll try it. But other than that, nah. I watched YouTuber reviews on it, and then I'll be good.
Yeah.
But obviously this was not intended. I'm going to point out that this is not intended to be a consumer product. Joe, that's ridiculous. No, I'm serious. It's kind of what in the digital camcorder realm, there's like consumer, prosumer, and then another name. This Apple product is for like pre-devs and early adopters and things like that. So it's never supposed to really sell like hotcakes. And I think the
800,000.
price.
Yeah, I get
not
that, but
only-
why make that much?
Not only that was stupid. That's the embarrassing part that they thought it would, even with the increased price, even with the prosumer, this and that, and early adopter, they thought it would probably do a little better, and they were like, "Oh fuck, okay, we got to do." Because you're supposed to make projections before you start to
I would
produce
say
these
200,
things.
200,000.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, but so they call him the Apple soothsayer. Ming-Chi Kuo is saying that he's suggesting the demand in the U.S. is much lower than expected, and there's supposed to be a planned update to the headset in 2025. Probably going to get canceled, and so this is pretty bad for they did not see any of the early adoption. We'll talk a lot about the metaverse and how people over in the Bay Area were like, it's going to be the next big thing, and not failing to realize that Twitter's not a real place. Or sorry, X is not a real place. No one actually wants to live like that.
Yeah,
and
X is so fucking annoying. It's like, all the blue check marks voices go up, and so anybody who pays gets, amplified, and so you go through it and you're like, oh my God, everybody thinks this, and then you actually go outside or you go into the real world and nobody thinks like that. It's like fucking weird. Yeah. It's crazy.
You're saying my tiny echo chamber of 7 people is not a good representative of the entire United States population?
I think so.
Whoa. All right, let's talk about Blizzard. Hey, Blizzard sucks. Hey, remember when they were cool? I used to go to BlizzCon every year. We would buy 2 badges and sneak in 30 people.
Alex,
we live
fun.
right there.
Yeah, you put in your pocket, go back on set.
2 people go in, and then 1 person leaves with 2 badges, and then and we used to sneak in everyone we knew to get into BlizzCon.
Good. That's the way.
It's okay because half my friends worked for BlizzCon in QA. Some of them worked in development, but so they were getting treated like shit. So I don't feel bad technically stealing from them. Fuck them. But they canceled BlizzCon because that shit house of a company has nothing to show you.
Wow.
Is there like a new update for Diablo coming up?
Do you have phone, Joe?
Which Diablo what? Immortal? No. Diablo 4 that like people aren't really necessarily.
Yes.
I'm sure there's an update for Diablo Immortal for the next microtransaction mobile bullshit.
Yeah, so I imagine if they had something big to show off that they would, but they probably don't. Now, there are Diablo 4 seasons coming out, and Diablo 4 is actually doing well on Game Pass. People are playing it more because now they can play it for free, and free is, included with Game Pass. And that's a pretty good price if you want to experience the limited stuff they put into that game.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Overwatch 2 kind of on fire, and
it's embarrassing.
And it's just embarrassing. And I think rather than get up there and then announce that there's nothing to announce, they just decided to cancel the event and they'll
save some money,
or have an entire event for one small update to one of their side games or main games. Yeah.
It's like, hey, pay pigs, if you hit this button, it takes even more money on Diablo Immortal.
It's really taking a big hit to that convention. They had to cancel the convention before because they were embarrassed. They were a shitty company and, capitulating to the Chinese government and all this other stupid bullshit. And then they wouldn't want all the drama that probably would have happened if they had that convention the year after they had all their drama and controversy. So they canceled it then. They cancel it now. And we won't see it again, I think, until they want to release another big release like a Diablo 5. I don't think it's just coming back. It'll probably be all digital unless they really want to go hard into a huge new game.
They canceled a bunch of stuff. Like they canceled that survival game and some of the other things. So I can't even think of even stuff that we've talked about that would warrant them coming back. But, I mean, the cosplay competitions were cool. There used to be concerts and stuff, but I don't know. It's gone. YouTube has been experimenting with ads that will play now while your video is paused.
No.
Well, you're watching this on YouTube.
Why does YouTube have to fucking do this? Because, guys, I never push this on anybody. I don't, try. It's like I probably should because it helps us in the channel. The YouTube Premium, I actually really like. When I switch to YouTube Premium, I use it all the time. It's like I never have to deal with fucking ads again. It helps the individual creators because there's a bucket that's like YouTube Premium views and the normal views, and they pay better on the YouTube Premium views. And then, what I use most is when I'm, driving, I can have the YouTube music going off with my screen off and all this other stuff. So I like YouTube Premium, but it makes it really hard to tell people, hey, go get YouTube Premium when, on the other hand, YouTube's doing some stupid bullshit all the fucking time. So what's the latest stupid bullshit from fucking YouTube?
There was a pilot program that was showing users ads when they pause videos on YouTube's TV app, and then when the executives heard about that, they're like, amazing, let's do that in all of the apps. So this is going to be something that if you pause a video, it may not be a video that plays, but something will pop up, next to the replay screen. Because
they usually would do it on the side, those little square ads. Way back in the day, Joe, like decades ago when I made the Angry Joe website, the old one, you would get your little banner ads and stuff. Nobody fucking engages with banner ads no more. No. They have to be video ads.
Where do you think he meets all of the hot MILFs in his area? I mean,
it's true. They are all desperately trying to meet me for some reason.
And they all need Target gift cards for some reason. All of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you have YouTube Premium, you don't have to fucking deal with these.
Yeah. And then one of the big things that happened this week, something you did an angry review.
But but that's not a thing yet. This is just rumors of them testing it out.
We know they tested it.
You know that more than likely they're probably going to roll it out at some point because I wouldn't put it past these companies.
Yeah. They did the test already on the YouTube TV app, and they loved it. And based on that call, it's sounding like it's coming to YouTube, the platform, sometime soon. Now it hasn't happened yet. You're right that it's not a full conclusion, but the test was done, and everyone was super happy because
they might test it in your area. We'll see. I don't know.
But
Tarkov was big in the news this week. You actually did an angry rant talking about some of the things that they did.
Yeah, go check out the angry rant on that. I saw very positive reception from the Tarkov community. In fact, I kind of love the Tarkov community now. They were so nice, so thankful. They were like, Joe, thank you for signal boosting this. I bought this thing 5-7 years ago, and it's really pissing me off what this company's do. Thank y'all. So thank you to the Tarkov community. Y'all are some cool ass people, and yeah, I just wanted to cover it because that shit is bullshit.
Yeah.
And that fucking pisses me off when these companies make such stupid decisions and then following it up with fucking stupid replies.
Doubling down
and smelling their own farts, and there's no apology whatsoever, a non-apology. His first response was I'm sorry that I didn't expect this response. It's I'm sorry you feel that way is his initial fucking reply.
That was their second reply.
You fucking stuck-up motherfucker.
For some backstory, if you haven't watched it, Tarkov is a game, and they released it a $150. They call it EOD edition.
Yeah.
And this is to extra support for the game, and this will include all future DLC for Tarkov. And then they came out with a new thing that was called the $250 Unheard of edition.
Unheard edition. Mine is the Unheard of.
Yeah. And the Unheard edition just comes with priority, getting into servers and access to a PvE mode that people have been asking for a long time, but only they get access to it. And then then
additional slots where you don't lose your items if you put it in that slot, so Joe, that gives you an advantage.
Pay to win. You can't. No, they would
never.
No way. They did. And then one of the responses was when everyone's like, "Hey, I paid you a bunch of extra money. You told me I'd get all DLCs." This is what Battle State said. First of all, PvE game mode, this is not DLC. DLC, in our understanding, is the major additions to the game, kind of like a mode, right? Including various functionality and content that are released after the official release of the game as a themed DLC pack.
Your understanding is shit.
Yeah, you are wrong that you do not understand. The PvE mode is necessarily located entirely in a separate network infrastructure because essentially you play on our servers only in a closed mode. So they say that they can't give it to everybody. Only people who can get it is the $250 people. Because, Joe, too many people bought the EOD edition. So too many people gave them money.
Too many. They didn't anticipate people buying their pack.
And so,
interesting.
And so
interesting.
They're like, well, our servers aren't big enough. It's like, well, if a bunch of people gave you extra money, use that money to increase your server capacity. You fuckwit.
Maybe it shouldn't rely on your server capacity only for an offline PvE mode. Maybe you need to add some options where it's player-run servers, peer-to-peer servers when they're doing that mode, but. Okay, and that's beside the point. And they were going to initially have that be locked off to $250. Then when all the backlash happened, they were like, okay.
Yeah.
You may have 6 months.
Was it a
temporary access for 6 months until the game comes out. And then, or you can pay to upgrade your ability, and everyone's like, no, listen, absolutely not. Now, after even more people and more backlash and more videos, the Escape from Tarkov dev finally caves, says people who paid the $150 for the game will get access to its new mode in waves. And they said, you mentioned, I'm sorry you feel that way. This is what he said. Sorry that fans and the games community in general are experiencing these feelings.
Yes, you see this? And that's the second time he's done this. The other statement was, I'm sorry I didn't anticipate this response. Well, you're a fuck. Okay? I gotta be diplomatic. You are a dum-dum for not realizing that people would be pissed off over that, and then his non-apology, and it's essentially like passing the blame to his players, to his purchasers.
This is a COO, by the way. This isn't some fucking community manager. This is a dude
and he
who's
doesn't get it. And like, I'm sure there's people talking to him, and he's like begrudgingly having to do this, and that's how he's getting back at people through his response, like fucking, insulting you through his teeth. And it's like, why is this guy in this position of power? Just take the money, retire, go, drive your fucking Lamborghinis or Corvettes or whatever, because I'm sure Tarkov made a fuck ton of money, millions of dollars, and let other people fucking handle it for you, because you're a dick.
Yeah. So now, after all of these changes, so the $150 Edge of Darkness purchasers will get access to the PvE mode with no further payment or time limit during the early access. They said that it is going to be in waves, though, due to server capacity concerns. So we don't know yet. We haven't won, or the Tarkov community hasn't necessarily won, because we actually do need to see what this looks like. They could say, "Oh, we'll give you access," and then just never give you access because of server capacity.
It takes 6 months. It takes 6 months to get your access, which is what he said already. Yeah. Then you get 6 months temporary access. So the vagueness of it, the fact that you're still doing. I still think it's a DLC. There's still stuff in there that EOD is not getting. And,
for sure.
And then the whole $250 to play an offline, play with your friends mode. Just fuck off. That already should have ended it. Everything we're talking about is extraneous. Okay, it ended when you said $250 to play this mode. Nobody should have bought it, especially because these super expensive packs are to support the developer, and this developer doesn't deserve your support if that's going to be the way he treats the people, and begrudgingly have to try to make concessions afterwards and still fuck it up.
But also, these people have already supported the developer. The $150 EOD edition is more expensive than the most expensive Star Wars Outcast bundle. Like, they've already paid.
That's wild.
It's crazy how much you've already supported the developer. So thinking that they need more support, it's like these people have. You should give them everything because they supported you when you needed the extra money. Give them everything from now on. You want to have a big bundle later on, but denying these people is the reason the community went after you. And one of the reasons we constantly talk about the reasons that angry rants happen is because game developers do listen sometimes. They like to test the waters and see how many people. I mean, honestly, there are gamers that were out there on Twitter lubing up their own butthole going like, no, it's fine. I love this company. I'm going to do it. And then everyone's like, you deserve better. And that's as game consumers, you do deserve better than this kind of shit. Because if you didn't come after them, guess what Take-Two does?
Guess what all the other companies do? Yeah, they're sitting in their boardrooms looking at this situation.
So
this is what the community will tolerate. Now, we're about to do it over here. So I know it sucks, but we have to push back when we're getting fucked.
Yeah.
All right. Watch yourself.
Watch yourself out there, people. And let that guy fucking drive his goddamn Ferrari off into the sunset, and just, let other people who, have a little bit better PR skills fucking deal with people. And it's like, bro, how much money are you going to lose? You're only going to make, what, $10 million instead of $8 million? Just shut up, man. Just get out of here.
There's ways to monetize a game. There are ways to not monetize a game, especially one that's not even officially out yet. This was not the way.
Yeah, and you just put yourself out there as a shitty ass person.
Yeah,
I'm fuck Tarkov. Fuck Tarkov's offline mode. There are way more offline extraction shooter modes that are coming out. Like I said, Forever Winter, we're looking for one. We visited with them. They are cool ass fucking people.
Check out their Steam
These are like former Hawken developers. I love that mech game Hawken. There's even one called Gray Zone Warfare. I heard like it's in rough state, but they're like adding to it. Not in a rough state, but it was an extraction shooter. When it came out, like, there wasn't a lot of things for you to kill. There wasn't enough enemies. It's like, how could you get that wrong? Like, obviously populate your world with enemies. But that they're fixing that and putting more enemies in. So we will eventually play that one. I think maybe have Alex send them an email, because I want to support some of these other extraction shooters and show people that it's not just Tarkov out there. You don't have to put up with that shit.
Absolutely. Well, you've got some Deep Rock news, right?
Yeah, and speaking of good developers and different places you can support, is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Sales passed over 1 million copies sold as the developers salute their players. Look at this. This is the kind of shit. They make a video, make a fun little thing that we celebrate together. We did 1 million copies. And, Deep Rock Galactic, including Helldivers, these are companies that do these types of games and community support correctly. So if you haven't played Deep Rock Galactic, go check it out. It's fun. The boys have done streams on it, and it's a great time. So let's see. They managed to put in, 13 million hours since launch, spread across 94 million miners, 36 million of whom were never able to return. And they've annihilated 6 million dreadnoughts.
I was one of them. Killed in the mining accident.
Something like 9 billion gold was mined. And only 3.7% of all players, only 36,000 players have managed to complete a Hazard 5 mission. The hardest difficulty. What is the highest?
Shit, not me. It's chaotic.
What did you do? Like crazy. Hazard 1?
I think we went up there. Not to 5. Though.
Not to 5. Yeah.
My crew. I blame my crew.
Medium. Yeah.
I blame my crew.
And another good thing is the game has a living roadmap that shows players what they can expect in the future. So,
how much is their Unheard of edition?
Their Unheard of edition is $10.
Oh, they don't have a
buy Deep Rock Galactic for $10 instead of $250. And then you can get a discount if you bundle it and have other friends buy. Then you get a huge discount on the 4 copies.
The guy's gonna be like, "I'm sorry, that was ridiculous prices." So for now, it's gonna be $248.99.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys are poor.
Act now.
Let me instead, raise the price to $12 to show that this game took me a long time to make. I don't know. I'm just curious what the Tarkov CEO is going to say next, man. I like it. I'm sorry that your feelings were hurt.
I'm sorry that you interpreted my words and actions in a negative manner.
You do it better, yeah. It's so oh, man. It's like there needs to be a case study on that shit.
Yeah.
Developer. Do you have his first statement? I really want to read that first statement. Shit.
Oh, the one where
Tarkov response. His first one. The
community manager one. Yeah, I've got.
Not ready. The community manager one, or maybe it was the community manager one. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Here it is. Buyanov. Mm-hmm. Let me continue my feedback on the current situation. First of all, I would like to say that I am very sorry that fans in the game community in general are experiencing these feelings. You could have just started and said, "Look, I'm very sorry. I'm a fucking moron. I made a mistake. I went too far." If somebody would just be that fucking honest, I might buy 2 copies just because of motherfucker.
You got me. I tried to trick you into giving me $250, and it almost worked.
Not $250, but if somebody makes a smaller mistake, and they're like, "Look, I'm a fucking moron," and I'd be like, "Hey, man, we all being morons sometimes." So yeah. But no, he's like, "Man, I'm sorry y'all have those feelings. I'm sorry that you're experiencing feelings."
Maybe it was misinterpretation.
Unfortunately, I somehow did not foresee the fact of such a reaction. These are real words. And now I have drawn conclusions for my future decisions.
He has his hand caught in the cookie jar.
It's like his head is huge. You can see it's like, "You have informed me.
Well, he had hundreds.
My future decisions may be influenced."
Well, he had 500 people on Twitter or whatever buttering his butt over this decision where they're just like, "Ooh, this is so great. Thank you. I can't wait to give you $250. And because there was all these rabid fans that were doing it, that bought it.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah. About PvE access, we decided to just open it for EOD owners for free, but we will do it in waves. And with no details, you have no idea what that is. It could be in 6 months. As I said before, we don't have any server capacity right now. Well, why? Why does it need server capacity for offline play?
Palworld
We will start
500,000 people playing at the same time.
For peer-to-peer. Just do peer-to-peer is what I mean. We'll start this process as soon as possible. We've also decided we will add mod support for PvE mode after release of the game, which is big. I guess other people were asking for it. But about the Unheard edition, we will not remove it. Nobody was asking for people to fucking... I'm sure there were actually people asking to remove it, but it's like the price is ridiculous, and that wasn't the issue. All this other shit was the issue.
Yeah, well, the pay-to-win stuff is still there, and that's something that I think people should, if you're a big Tarkov fan, be upset about, that there are going to be people that have advantages over you simply because they paid a shitload of money.
And then I like how he says the final line, because you can interpret it in two ways. He's like, thank you for your time, love, and hate. Thank you for your increased attention to this current situation. So it's like, yeah, thank you for bringing me all the fucking attention. Maybe this is what I wanted anyway.
The salt sustains me.
Anyways, hilarious situation. Fun to dive a little deeper. They've done additional responses. So then they had the community manager response when fucked it all up. And then he responded with more thoughts on this current situation. And then another more thoughts on the current situation. We'll let you know if there is a fourth response.
I think there's got to be, right? They've got to address the pay-to-win stuff, and they got to address if the EOD people are actually able to get in. Because if
eventually, at the very least, they'll say, okay, here's the timeline of the waves.
Yeah.
So there will be a fourth response, but whether he continues to be a sassy bitch.
Oh, he will.
Super sassy bitch. Remains to be seen.
Guys, make sure you check out Exter. This new card is amazing. Father's Day is coming up. Free shipping. Free returns within 100 days, 24-month warranty.
I know where it is.
And like I said, he's going to be able to find it within 300 feet. That thing's got a 95 decibel alarm, which is insane.
I like it because it's as thin as the fucking card. The previous one was a little bigger, little fat boy. And I was like, this one, go right in. Boop. Yeah. So, well done. Well done on continuing to advance, improve, and innovate. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out our part 2, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.